Coach is Abe Magic. Assistant coach, Abe Steve. And your manager, Christine Marmon. Assistant coach, Gary Gorman. Now introducing our match predictions who are appointed for today's Ontario Cup final. Referee, Morgan Wright. Hello. Assistant referee, Ronnie Milton. Assistant referee, Nicholas Alessar. Fourth official is Daniela. Fancy special guest with us today representing Ontario Soccer is Jack Clooney, Regional Director with Ontario Soccer.
Check 1, 2.
Okay. No, that's usually. Oh, fine.
Let's pop over here.
Silence. If every other magistrate, Queen Elizabeth II, so by the planning or national income.
You know that is cheese.
I'll take everything except cheese. Thank you.
If you put a topping for it. Oh, we can do that.
Whatever, whatever.
I'll for lunch. And yeah, you're waiting for it. Well, this might be good also.
And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Ontario Soccer Center here in Vaughan, Ontario, for this girls under 15 MilkUP Ontario Cup final between London Alliance FC Mustangs and the Burlington Force. My name is Martin Owens, and I'll be giving you the play-by-play commentary for what should be an exciting finals from a team from the Western Region Soccer League and Burlington from the Golden Horseshoe. These two teams will be playing 2 halves of 45 minutes. And as we saw in the opening match of the Ontario Cup finals, straight to penalties if the game is tied after the final whistle, which this Burlington team is very familiar with. And we'll talk about their journey later on. The MilkUP Ontario Cup is the provincial soccer championship for the LTPD Soccer for Livestream and is the largest club competition of its kind in Canada. As one of the oldest and most prestigious amateur sporting events in the country, the Ontario Cup was first staged in 1901 and has operated continuously since, with the exception of World War II period and during the global pandemic in 2020. The MilkUP Ontario Cup in 2022 marks the 106th year of the competition and celebrates the arrival of dairy farmers of Ontario. The marketing group representing Ontario dairy farmers, the largest sector of Ontario agriculture, as the newest title partner. The Ontario Cup has reclaimed its pre-pandemic glory in 2022 as the 106th edition of this Soccer for Life competition has played out safely across the province with thousands of participants. After an amazing summer of competition, the MilkUP Ontario Cup finals are now set. What began with nearly 500 teams has been whittled down to the last 28, each vying for Ontario Cup glory over these next 2 September weekends. And to add to the excitement of the storied competition, the MilkUP Ontario Cup champions and this Cup final will once again get to fly their team to their provincial flag at the national championships in October, after this event had to be canceled due to pandemic restrictions in 2021. And this year's U15 Toyota National Championship hosts are Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, October 5th to 10th. And for myself, who's been in that area and had to commentated nationals actually in that area many years ago, it is a beautiful field and beautiful area which they host the Canada Summer Games at. So the winner of this match will definitely enjoy here. As we get ready to get things underway here shortly, we'll introduce these two teams, starting with the London Alliance FC Mustangs. They'll be dressed in the purple and black. They're coming from the WRSL with a record of 11 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses so far this season. They defeated Grimsby and Kitchener, very comfortable scores, before defeating Pelham 5-0, Milton 4-2 in the quarterfinals, and then Guelph 2-1 in semifinals. They're coached by Abe Hadsich. Their lineup will be Ava Rogers, Anna Zabo, Haley Garcia, Cindy Fairman, Julia Ritchie, Tegan Garrett, Dean Hadsich, Tiana Martins, Anita Iannelli, Robin Wilson, Sarah Carpenter, Natalie Kreinen, Danielle Hurt, Sarah McKee, and Valeria James Castillo. We'll introduce this Burlington Force squad here momentarily as we get things underway here in this MilkUP Ontario Cup final, refereed by Morgan Wright Malone. Assistant referees are Ronnie Bevoy and Nicholas Alcesser, and the fourth official is Daniel Giannotti. As we are underway with the London Alliance and Mustangs, they're in the purple going from your right to your left on your screens at home, and the white and black will be the Burlington Force going for your left to your right. Early throw in here coming out for the London squad. With Hub International Insurance Brokers representing our broadcast, we have a partner today to support us as we prepare for tomorrow and who will help us protect what matters most when we get there. Because the truth is, tomorrow is a gift and Hub wants us to be ready for it. Find out more at hubinternational.com. Good early pressure from the Force, forcing the Mustangs back in their own half. And they're able to work this ball up, and Zabo is losing the ball under her feet momentarily, but she'll be able to pass it off towards Martins in the midfield. Especially if you're not used to the turf field they're playing here, it's a bit of an adjustment period always. As Carpino tries to send that ball forward, she can't find her player, and it's now settled in here by Wilson. Martins. Zabo. Her pass finds its way over towards Wilson. Wilson trying to play it all the way up. Can't get through the Force defense. Now Carpino trying to see if she can send it the other way for the Force. Her pass is a little bit too strong for Oliveira to be able to run onto. There's a through ball opportunity. Goes too far out, and we'll use this opportunity to introduce this Burlington Force squad who play out of the Golden Horseshoe League with a record of 12 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw in the season. They're coached by Paul Saliba. And in goal, they have Ava Castonguay. In the lineup in front of it be Molly Poole, Samantha Fulcher, Kiara Oliveira, Nicolina Rucic, Michaela Carpino, Milat Solomon, Madison Webster, Kiana Reppington, Sophia D'Alfonso, Cindy Samet, Petra Bandula, Julia Schofield-Nairn, Melissa Kekic, Naomi Hackett, Sophia Mastriani, and Addison Butler. They defeated Aaron Mills and Green in their opening match before defeating their division rivals Milton 2-1 in a close game. Rexdale was the next opponent, which they dispatched 2-0. Then back-to-back penalty kick wins against Vaughan and Woodbridge got them to the semifinals where they took down Thunder Bay in their semifinals 2-1 to get them here to this MilkUP Ontario Cup final. Trying to control that one on the far side are the Force, and they will do well to keep that one in play. As here's Carpino with it. She's under pressure from two Mustangs players. And Martins will be the one to come out with this one as she'll play it back towards Hazich. Hazich, though, gets taken away from her. And the Force attacking players are moving this ball forward on that far corner. Good footwork there and good pressure coming in. And she's able to get through a couple players trying to center it, though, towards Bandula. Can't find her. And it gets cleared aside for a throw-in, but great pressure got on that far side of the field. I believe that is Solomon, as unfortunately the hair is covering her number right now from this far angle, but we'll let you know. But great play there from that left winger for Burlington. As Oliveira will get that ball off the throw-in. Trying to play a low cross in, and Bandula is going to be able to get to that one, but she wasn't able to turn with it. And I'll go out for a goal kick here for Rogers. New this year, the Dairy Farmers of Ontario, representing Ontario's 3,400 plus dairy producers and their families, has joined Ontario Soccer as the premier partner and the exclusive title partner of the MilkUP Ontario Cup. The collaboration with Ontario Soccer will bring positive outcomes to youth sports across the province. Keep your eyes on OntarioSoccer.net, where the deserving 2022 MilkUP future leaders will be announced soon. As we have a free kick going in favor of the Force, as Wilson was a little bit too strong onto the back of the Force player Fulcher. Addison Butler. Get this one up towards this left side. Good footwork gets it inside towards Oliveira. Oliveira can't get through on the first pass, so she finds Bandula on the second opportunity. She tries to shot, that gets blocked. Second opportunity here for the Force up tight, and it hits the sight netting as Hackett got a good opportunity. Might have been better off there, did Hackett, trying to take that one first time. Try to take the touch there, and her angle just shortened right away as the players were coming in close, and she was forced to go for the near side, and it was unsuccessful. This London Alliance squad, they've been led by Julia Ritchie up top. 24 goals so far this season. We'll have to keep an eye out for her, as well as Robin Wilson with 15 of their own. Jans, who is their third man, scored 11 goals and scratched off the score sheet today, so it might have been an injury, so big loss there for his London team. It's got a pretty short bench here in this MilkUP Ontario Cup final. Just a few players on their bench today, so you're going to have to rely on these players they have on the field to see if they can do that full 90 minutes. This Mustangs team have a throw in deep in their own area as the Force try to contain them in their own corner. Good throw there, gets them out of danger momentarily, but they continue to put this one back in as it goes onto the edge of the penalty area. Oliveira gets tripped up. The referee waves advantage as Carpino tries to shot there. That one gets deflected aside. And Carpenter will be able to put this one up the field as Richard takes a stumble, collides with a Force player, and Burlington will be able to continue possession as low 1-2 there between a Butler and Carpino now. Oliveira trying to find it inside towards Bandula, cleared aside once again by Carpenter, and Burlington continue with the pressure on this London half. We had like I said, a crazy opening match there earlier today with the boys under 14 final. The Glen Shield's taking it home in penalties. Remember, this is the second of 4 games we'll have here broadcast today, so make sure to stay tuned in for all your amazing action here. As there's a shot from distance from Carpino, and that's going to go wide of the goal. And I like this coming out from Burlington right now. Just put some pressure, see if they could test the goal of Rogers again. When you're playing this Ontario Cup championships, you're always going against some teams you're unfamiliar with. They're in different divisions. You don't know what to expect. So these type of opportunities, okay, get some shots and see what you're working with on the defensive side. See what you're working with on the goalie side. And see if they can sneak one in early and put the momentum in fast. As again, that footwork just continuing to be shown for Burlington. They get this one inside for Carpino. She's going to try again. That one hits off the face of the Alliance by Iannelli. She holds strong. She looks to be okay, taking it off like a champ. That was a hard block there on that shot from Carpino. And Iannelli holding her face right now. No blood. Looks like I'm going to be okay. Here's Ritchie battling for the Mustangs. She goes down onto the turf. As Carpino just had that second a moment ago, hits that ball down the line. James Castillo will keep this one in, as Carpenter will hit this one up the line as far as Butler. And once again, Burlington will resume possession of the ball. Good passing as they continue on that far side of the field. And why not? It's continued to be working for them as they tried that centering pass towards Bandula. Can't find them. She's tried shot some distance here already as Carpino, but this time she meets a purple wall and can't go any further. As London still, though, trying to get this ball out of their own half. Martins finally hits it over towards her teammate as Richie will leave this one up for midfield to go in. And there's a late challenge. The referee was looking to see if there was any advantage, but we'll call this one back for a free kick. Carpenter coming ready here to take this one. She'll boot this one up towards this left side, trying to get to the body of Wilson. Wilson, though, can't control it. And Jablo's trying to see if she can put this one back under pressure, but Carpino, though, will be able to control this one as she gets towards this near side for Hackett. Hackett's pass somehow finds its way in towards Bandula. A good hustle coming back from the midfield, able to take this one away from the Mustangs as they'll shoot it all the way down the line. Carpino lets it back towards the midfield, and Butler will switch it. Taken away here. Good defensive play coming in from the Mustangs. And a good spin move coming in from Martins. And she'll try to play a through ball down the left side, but it's going to be too far away for Wilson to run onto. And Kessingay will be able to come out of her goal and pick up that loose ball. Kessingay off the drop kick. Martins try to get a touch onto that one. This time it's going to go all the way towards the London goalkeeper as we play a little bit of ping pong back and forth. Oliveira does well to control that drop kick. She gets it over towards Bandula. Bandula's pass. That one gets blocked as it can't get towards Hackett, and Burlington will allow this one to roll all the way out here for throw-in. Richie. Good battle there for Zabo, and she'll hit this back for Martins to get up the field. She gets this one all the way up towards Wilson. Wilson trying to run past her defender on that left side. Good defensive play there from Webster, able to poke that ball away from her. As Hackett going to go the other way as Carpino. Trying to switch this one over to the far side of the field. That one can't get any further as Hazik does well to get in the way. As the midfield right now is just wide open right now for these two teams as they try to, deal with the heat. I guess you could say heat and the possession of these teams. You got some quick attackers on both ends. As just leaving the midfield wide open right now for both teams to be able to control. As you see right now with Martins with a ton of space to carry this ball up as she tried to play it over on the right side. As it's trying to play this one up towards James Castillo. As Castillo will hit this one up in the air. Solomon, she'll be the player to pick that one up, but she'll hit it right towards Martins, who will first time boot this one up the field. And they'll give it right towards Burlington goalkeeper Kestengay to control. Some tough possession right now there for the midfield for the Force, and this is going to allow the Mustangs to get some attacking force going on right now as they continue with the possession in the Burlington half. As there's a lot of pressure onto the back of Martins, but she was able to pass that one off towards Fairman. Zabel gets knocked down. It'll be a free kick. Very dangerous area here for the Mustangs. We'll see if they can pressure the goal of Castonguay for the first time. Three players in the wall right now for the Force. And looks like from this distance, they're going to be going for a shot here. It is Martins. And Martins, though, didn't get enough power onto that one. She had the right angle looking at it, just not enough. And that one will bounce right to the waiting hands of Castonguay. Mandula. Carpino over here towards Hackett. Hackett's got an overlap run coming in, but she's going to take it herself and see if she can drive her way through on this right side. Fairman, though, doing a good job sticking with her. As Hackett just looking for some sort of support, she puts her hands out, does Hackett saying, I need some help here. As the ball will find its way, though, all the way towards Butler. Rupchich. Hackett. Rupchich to center back, making the run up. But Fairman was able to read that pass, and the center back is out of position right now. So a little bit of an odd person break here. But Rupchich fights strong to be able to get back into her position and shuts down that quick attack for the Mustangs. There's a block there coming in from Martins, and she's a little bit slow to get up. Might have hyperextended the leg there, trying to block that one. She's trying to run this one off. The play will still continue for the Force, but Fairman once again will poke this ball away from Hackett. She tried to play a through ball out, got blocked the first time, but she does well, win that ball right back, and she will get the pass in the second time now for Wilson. Wilson does well, cuts inside, tries a centering pass, but too far ahead for Richie to be able to get to that one, and it will roll its way up for a goal kick. I think Wilson, once she got that inside cut, might have been afforded some extra time to cut in towards that penalty area, driving towards that goal, and see if she can test the goalkeeper. As we have an early substitution coming out here for the Mustangs. As coming into the game here will be Natalie Kreinen. So Kreinen into the game from Martins. So Martins picking up that knock. It's going to give herself a few minutes to see if she can walk this one off. As play will resume here, as there's a dangerous pack pass. Rogers isn't back in her goal yet, and Pandula is able to poke that ball away. She hits it over towards Solomon. Solomon this time wasn't able to use any footwork this time, as Hasich was able to poke that ball away. Good hustle there coming in from James Castillo. Wins their team a throw in on that far side as we get to over 16 minutes here in this opening half. No score so far here between London Alliance FC Mustangs and Burlington Force in this girls under 15 MilkUP Ontario Cup final. Gonna get a second opportunity here is Hasich. As it looks like Burlington will be looking to make their first substitution here shortly. As they throw it into the middle of the field, and here comes Kreinen, her first touches, and she wants to take a shot, but again, right now, we're seeing the ambition is there for both teams. They just haven't been able to find the power beneath the strikes just yet. Red boot up the field, and it's mishandled there by Carpenter, and she's forced to track back and utilize her goalkeeper. Right away, you're hearing Bandula scream pressure, put the high press in. As soon as that ball is going back to the keeper, they want to put this London Alliance defense under a lot of pressure, force a turnover, and utilize that to get onto the attack. Burlington tried to make a stop there, but realized it wasn't their throw, so they can't make the substitution just yet. So they'll wait for the next opportunity. As this ball goes towards the far side, James Castillo. Kreinen asking for that ball. She'll get it. She try to play a little 1-2 with her, but I get blocked there by Carpino. Hackett trying to work her way through Fairman. And Fairman wins the battle once again between these two players, winning her team throwing. Webster into the midfield for Butler. There's Oliver. Her pass takes a deflection, and Hazic will use that to try to get it up. And here comes a foot race now for James Castillo. She'll be able to get to this one first. She gets bodied off the ball, and the referee will call that one for a free kick for the Mustangs. As the forced defender gets penalized for that challenge. Looked like a bit of a shoulder, but a little bit too aggressive there for the referee's liking. Bit of a charge onto that one. As we have a sneaky James Castillo standing on that touchline. No one from Burlington's picked up on her yet. Now they will. So it took a little bit too long, did London, if they want to try to utilize that. So instead, they're going to cross this one in. Fairburn gets it poked away from her by Hackett, and again, check that. No, it's going to be a throw in for Burlington, and now they finally get this opportunity to make these substitutions as we see Kekic, Poole, and Mastriani into the game. Toronto FC is the official founding premier partner of Ontario Soccer, as well as the co-presenting partner of its Talented Pathway. Their commitment to the game in Ontario is unrivaled. Visit TorontoFC.com for tickets and more. Can't keep that one in play off that pass. As you'll see Kekic come up top. She'll be the new striker here for Burlington. Poole will fill in on that left back side. So change on that far side of the field, and Solomon will be the other player who came off. As Carpenter will hit this one up the field. Rupcic trying to clear it up through the middle, but it finds its way to the foot of Oliveira. Bandula, the striker, now turned into midfielder. As good job there from the crowd, letting Butler know there was a player coming right at her there, and she played that one off quickly. Let's take a look here, as right now, Tiana Martin's getting, looks like it was her ankle that she twisted there, making that block. So she's getting the ankle taped right now on the sidelines, and we'll look to try and see if she can re-enter the game. So there's an update right there on Martinez. And the injury front for the Mustangs. Again, just 4 players on the bench for this Mustangs team, so they got to make sure they utilize every single one of the players they have available. Good shielding on that far touchline allows Burlington to come out with the ball. Oliveira trying to switch it towards Hackett, but there's Fairman once again. And she'll put this one up the field. A little bit of trouble here for Webster to be able to control. And this is going to allow Richie to get onto it. And Webster will give him a free kick. Actually put too much pressure onto the back of Richie. And this is another opportunity here for the Mustangs. That was just one of those clearances, just was a little bit too difficult to be able to control there for Webster. Mustangs asking for space. here comes the boot from Carpenter. Rupchich will be able to get to that one first, and she'll clear it right back towards Carpenter. Carpenter trying to put this one back into pressure. There's Webster the second time. And Bandula will play this one out wide towards Hackett. Nice pull back there from Hackett. Gives herself some space, but her pass can't find Kickage. Bandula can't keep that one in play on the near touchline. And the referee will blow this play dead here to allow for the water break and a little bit of a steamy Saturday afternoon here at the Ontario Soccer Center. And you're going to expect September, maybe you start to see a little bit of the cooler temperatures, but we're still above that 25 degrees temperature here in Vaughan, Ontario. This is our second of 4 matches here today. Following this match, the boys under 15 final will be between Thornhill Bolts and International FC Academy. And the women's final will be the final match of the day as King City Royals going against London Alliance FC's Galaxy. So London Alliance having themselves a fun day of MilkUP Ontario Cup action here today with the ladies. See here as they take a look towards both these teams' benches right now, as they get a little extra focus here from the coaches on some notes here, what they can do for the remainder of this first half, what adjustments can be done, as though it's been a pretty stalemate match between these two teams, but they know how important this first goal will be. Going against this Mustang squad, barely giving up any goals, the 6 goals against all season long. Going against this Burlington team, only 10 goals against themselves. So it's 2 teams, they do know how to score, but they definitely know how to keep that ball out of their own net. So it's going to be that first goal, I think, will just open up this game if we get it. Players have re-entered the field. And are ready to resume play with the throw-in for the Mustangs. Bandula gets over to Poole, her first touch. Good play on that far side from Mastriani. And she wins her teammates a throw-in to Mastriani as Poole run up to take it here for the force. Thrown towards the edge of the penalty area. Can't find anything. And Jabo will try to lead her teams up. And good hustle coming in from James Castillo. Their pass will go straight towards Butler, who her pass goes right towards Hackett. Hackett sees that overlap coming in, but that pass took a little bit of deflection, and that was enough time for the London player to be able to run onto it. But Hackett does well to win this back here for Burlington. Group change. Back for Poole. Great crowd here on hand. We see a lot of Bristol Port signs, some noise here coming in from both ends, cheering on their teams here for this final. As it'll be Madison Webster with time in the back line for Burlington. Rubjage does well to pick up this one. Center back, not afraid to run up the field right now, we've seen. She's joined in onto the attack. She's going to overlap Mastriani as here comes an opportunity here as Kekic is able to find that ball on her feet. Touches it over. Mastriani. She has a shot opportunity. First opportunity gets blocked. Second opportunity blocked. Third one, she won't be able to get it. And the Mustangs defensive line holds, and they want to attack quickly the other way with the counterattack opportunity. It's Wilson. She's able to find Ritchie. She's on side as Ritchie. Waiting for that run up from James Castillo, and she'll play it out towards her. James Castillo, first time on the cross. Got blocked there by Webster. Poole trying to keep it in, but not able to. So it's a corner kick for the Mustangs. From that quick counterattack opportunity there, and Richie doing well, finding James Castillo to create that chance. Looks like London's going to be making a substitution here shortly. As there comes that corner kick. It's going to head off the head of Rupchich. Second opportunity here for Fairman. And Fairman, though, can't find any of her players as Rupchich gets that ball. The second opportunity, she's going to kick it down the field. It's going to be a one-on-one opportunity. Kekic going against Carpenter. Kekic trying to see if she can take it herself, but it takes the deflection off of Carpenter, who does her job and allows her teammates to get back into position. As Burlington will get themselves thrown, as it'll be Sarah McKee ready to come into the game for London when they get their next opportunity off the throw. Hackett, inside for Bandula. Burlington, a majority of the possession so far, but you can see the chances have been more in favor of the Mustangs as Richie gets called for the foul. Rupchich asking for some space here from Richie, getting ready to take this one. As there goes the big boot. Good foot there on the first block. Second chance here for Bandula. It's still bouncing around. Has to sit high in the air. Second opportunity there as Fairman will be able to clear it aside. Handball calls there coming in from Burlington. The referee says no play on here. As Krynen gets tripped up there blocking that pass. That's going to allow Castlegate to come out and clear, but she hits it right towards Zabo. Zabo inside there for Richie, but there's Rupchich once again to take it away from the striker. See some service being brought out towards the strikers on both sides, but the defense has done a good job both times, on both ends, being able to shut down any opportunities for them. As this ball, though, is going to fortunately find its way to the foot of Hackett. Hackett's going to try a first-time shot, but that won't test the goal of Rogers. And it goes wide of the net as finally London will be able to make their substitution. As Anna Zabo will be coming out of the game. Sarah McKee will find her way into the game. As we can return here for this goal kick. As we get over the half an hour mark of this Girls Under 15 MilkUP Ontario Cup final. No score so far between London's Alliance FC Mustangs and the Burlington Force. Been a very stalemate affair, but like I said, one chance. That's all they will take here in this one. As McKee making her first contribution, gets it off towards Wilson. Wilson off towards Richie, and here come the Mustangs, and a nice second challenge. And that gets some high fives there, as Rupchich does a great job sliding back in time to block that shot from Julia Richie for a corner kick. The Canadian Premier League, on behalf of its Ontario-based member clubs Forge FC and York United FC and Atletico Ottawa, are now premier partners of Ontario Soccer and co-presenting partners of the Townsend Pathway. For more updates and more information, please go to canpl.ca as the Mustangs set up for this corner kick. So it's going to go towards that near post. Richie trying to get the first head on that one, but he hit off the head of Butler last. So it's going to be a second opportunity here for the Mustangs to be able to take. As you hear the horns, I'm not sure if it's the old vuvuzelas or the horns getting loud here. as the players are lined up around that penalty mark. So it goes near post once again. Rupcic blocks it once again. So a third opportunity now for the Mustangs. As you start to probably be expecting, okay, that ball's going to be played in towards that near post. If you're the Force, I might just set up an extra player just on that edge of that goal area at this point. There goes that exact spot once again, but the Force will be able to block it. And Bandula is going to try and see if she can lead and attack the other way as Mastriani tries to go forward. But good hustle coming in from Kreinen. Is able to win this one back for the Mustangs as Carpenter will hit this one in towards the midfield. Bull on with McKay. Check that McKee. As McKee not giving up on it though. Loving the hustle coming out from the player off the bench, but the Force do well with a couple quick passes and get themselves out of danger. Kekic collides hard with Carpenter. London player looking towards the referee. The referee shaking the head, saying no, and it'll be a throw in here for Burlington. Burlington lose their opportunity on their substitution. As London will get the throw in now. 4 players right now ready to come into the game for the Force. Richie doing well. She'll win this battle against Rupcic. She'll leave this one for Wilson. Nice pass there from Jace Castillo. Richie tries to get over towards McKee. McKee trying to spin away from Poole. But Poole holds herself as she'll be able to hit it towards the midfield. James Castillo gets this ball right back for the Mustangs, though. Here they come. Trying to find any options there was Garrett. She was carrying this ball up, and she looked to say, okay, now what? But here comes Richie with a shot. This one gets blocked. Second opportunity. Wilson! No. Can't find the goal. Good chance there as that ball fell nicely off the deflection to the foot of Robin Wilson, but she wasn't able to put it in. Coming into the game will be Michaela Miller in for Kekic. Jenna Reppington comes into the game, as well as Sydney Salmon. And Sofia D'Alfonso will be the 4th player coming into the game. So change into the 3 attacking players right now. And central midfield with Bandula as well coming off for Burlington. So 4 attacking players, fresh faces on the field now. Burlington in these final 10 or so minutes here. If you include the water break, probably about 12, 13 minutes. Let's go here in this first half. Oliveira, shoulder to shoulders, Kreinen gets a foot in there, and Hadzic will be able to go through with it. That's going to be a foul going against Hadzic. Not too sure on that one, but I guess the referee saw the follow through as Oliveira went down on the turf and called this one back for a free kick. As Burlington will take this one quickly. Nice spin move from Poole. Here comes those fresh legs, gonna pass it around. And they can't get that final pass off towards D'Alfonso on that right side, and it's gonna be an easy grab here for Rogers to come out of her net to get. Liking the aggression coming in from Makai, even though she gets called for the foul. Check it, sorry, McKee. McKee continues to fight like that. I like that. She's going to continue to win battles and give her team some opportunities. As Rupcic puts this one towards the midfield. As there's Fairman clearing this one away first time as it finds the way towards the foot of Wilson. Full control. Wilson, though, can't get through the defense as Fulcher pokes it away from her. And the Mustangs will get themselves a throw around midfield. Butler, Alfonso. Quick passing there and trying to keep it in play was Butler. And what might have been one of those plays to tell Repperton, okay, turn with it. She had a lot of space in the midfield. And that's what I'm seeing a lot in this game. The central midfielders. This game's really spread out. Both defenses are playing quite deep in their own halves. And returning into the game, Tiana Martins. Ankles taped up. And it looks like she's ready to continue here.
Coming in for London Lions FC Monday. Number 5, Haley Garcia.
And Haley Garcia will be making her entrance into the game as she'll be replacing Robin Wilson. Garrett will come off for Martins back in towards the midfield. Opportunity now for Miller. Leaves it for Oliveira. She's going to play this one out towards the left side. Salmon trying to run onto that one. And to her first will be Carpenter. And Salmon's going to let this one roll all the way out for a throw-in.
Yeah, if you can. Okay.
Burlington trying to make a last-second substitution there. Not in time, though. So they're going to allow this play to continue here as McKee's doing well, pushing her way through as McKee. But the referee's going to call it for the shove there. That'll be a free kick for Burlington. Very pushy attacking players in the Mustangs. And I say, got to be aggressive onto the defensive players if you want to win that ball. Fulcher. Gonna give a chance here, and Garcia, though, will be able to come back. She'll hit it towards Iannelli. Iannelli will kick this one out of play. Ontario Soccer values fair play, and we share this common passion with our partners from Respect and Sport, the leading e-learning platform for the prevention of bullying, abuse, harassment, and discrimination. Learn more about their programs and start your Respect education journey today at respectgroupinc.com. Alfonso kept that one in play, and everybody froze, but she did well. That didn't go over the touchline yet, but it was going to be a goal kick regardless, as both teams froze there, thinking that ball went out. Substitution coming in for Burlington, Julia Schofield Nairn checked into the game. As Rogers clearing a nice little space on that turf for our teammate to take this goal kick. Oh, a little fake there, and it's going to be Rogers who takes it instead. And she'll boot this one just past the foot of McKee, but McKee will be able to pick this one up, and she's going to try to hustle her way down the touchline. Good job from her to keep that one in play. But that long touch is a little too far ahead for her to continue her run. Carpenter trying to wait for this one to go out. It does it, though, with Salmon. Does a good job keeping this one in play. As she'll hit towards Miller. Miller looking for some options, forced to go back towards Butler. Poole trying to hold off the player there. Good pressure again coming in from McKee. Wins her team the throw in as we get towards the 45th minute. No score so far here in this Girls Under 15 MilkUP Ontario Cup final between the London Lions FC Mustangs and the Burlington Force. Hesic hits this one forward, right towards Rupcic. And Rupcic uses her body frame to block off Richie. And that gets a nice round of applause as this ball goes towards the near side for Fulcher. Martins looks like she's okay with that ankle injury. It's back towards the midfield, and the press just continues in. Fairman, though, gets around that attack, or she'll hit this one down the line. I like that right there from Burlington. Every pass, though, the Mustangs was making, force players were attacking that, putting the high press in quickly, forcing the quick 1 or 2 touch passes there for the Mustangs. They did well to get themselves out of danger, but something to keep an eye out for. Miller trying to poke that one forward, but she hit it right towards Hesic as her clearance doesn't find any player. Pretty easy going first half there for referee Wright Malone. Has had a few fouls here and there, but two teams are playing fair and square so far. Probably if this game remains 0-0, you can see the intensity and the challenges pick up a little bit more in the second half. There's James Castillo. She's able to pick it up. She gets knocked down. And it's going to be a free kick there. Salmon's going to get close to the trip. And the Mustangs will try to see if they can utilize this one as we get right towards the 45th minute as we wait for the indication from the fourth official, Giannotti. It looks like it's going to be 2 minutes of added time. So just 2 minutes of added time. Let's go here in this first half of this 0-0 scoreline. James Garcia, she's able to get to that one first, but Poole will get to the second ball. But here comes a through ball opportunity here for Chi. And a little miscommunication. This is going to allow Richie to continue with the ball. Richie, centering pass. Burlington trying to scramble to get it out, and they finally figure it out and get that ball out of the penalty area. The attack still continues in as Fairman puts this one back into danger. Fairman not giving up on this attack, though. She's hustling to win this ball. Some good footwork there. Forces that ball momentarily out of towards midfield. There's one of those crosses there. Essengate came out of her goal. Saw the defender there, and Richie was nearby. And it's one of those plays. If you're the goalie, you got to be calling for it. If you say nothing, defender's got to be getting to that ball. So it's just one of those places. Who's got it there? And as a goalie, you got to be stepping up and taking charge or calling off or calling on your player as well, because that could have been dangerous. Burlington thinking they got themselves a foul there, but referee says nothing happening on that one. But it will be a handball the other way, so the ball will return its favor towards Burlington with a free kick. Fairman's pass continues to go down the line, and it's finding its way out as there goes the halftime whistle. And this girls under 15 MilkUP Ontario Cup final. Going into the break, it's going to be a London Alliance FC Mustangs 0, Burlington Force 0. Going to have a bit of a little break, folks. Don't go anywhere. Second half action coming up next. And could we be seeing back-to-back kicks from the penalty marker? We're gonna have to wait and see. 45. Still to play here as the teams have switched sides. As it'll be in the white and black with the Burlington Force going from your right to your left now on your screens at home. And the Mustangs are in the purple and black going from your left to your right. Martin Ohms here giving you the play-by-play. As Carpino will be the player who started this play here with Hackett for the Force. Good interception there from Marinelli as she's trying to lead the Mustangs the other way. Both goalkeepers haven't really been tested yet in this first half, but I could start to see the game start to open up a little bit here in the second half. Both teams are playing with a very deep defensive line, which is allowing the midfield to be much more open than you normally expect. So it could create some opportunities. So should either team find a breakthrough. Great crowd here on this hand. See the orange cheering out the Force and the purple cheering out the Mustangs. As we'll recapture here, how these two teams got here. See Burlington Force leading their Golden Horseshoe division, that record of 12-1-1. Defeated Eric Mills and Milton, a couple of familiar teams for them, before defeating Rexdale 2-0. Vaughan, after 1-1 draw, Burlington won in penalties, 5-4. Against Woodbridge, they tied again and won 2-1 on penalties. And then they defeated Thunder Bay 2-1 in the semifinals to get here. So if this game does go to penalties, this Burlington team definitely familiar with how that scenario will work. Whereas the Mustangs didn't have that experience on their journey to get here towards this final. As Carpenter's under a little bit of pressure, turns it over towards Carpino. This could be a chance here for the Force. Solomon trying to push her way through on the left side, but good job there from the defense holding her ground as Hasich will win her team of throwing. This Mustangs team defeated Grimsby and Kitchener with identical 9-0 victories. And then they defeated Pelham 5-0, team from the Golden Horseshoe. Milton 4-2. So Milton, a normal team that this Burlington team would face against. And that's their lone loss, this Burlington team, is against that Milton squad. This is a fun fact. And then they defeated Guelph 2-1 in the semifinals to get here towards this MilkUP Ontario Cup final. Good job there from Richie. She's going to go in a hard battle here with Rupchich. Rupchich temporarily slows down Richie, but Richie will continue. And that's a hard challenge. Rupchich got the leg there. And I got to say, she's arguing right now saying she didn't get the player. But I say a little bit fortunate not to get a yellow card for that challenge, I think. It's a bit of a jump in there. But yeah, definitely she collided with the leg there, did the player. Rupchich, and it's going to allow a huge free kick opportunity for the Mustangs. One player is in short, and it's going to be Fairman. Fairman, it's an over the wall, dangerous ball. Barpool still loose, and it gets pulled in. The cross from Fairman goes across through the hands of the goalkeeper, Kasunye, and it just gets pulled in onto the far post. And Mustangs find their breakthrough. I think it was number 8, Julia Ritchie, who got that final touch. They're going to check that. Number 9, that's Tegan Garrett getting the goal. Garrett getting the goal in the 49th minute, starting out this second half. It's a dream start for the Mustangs after Richie did so well to win that free kick. And just a mistake there on the back line. And Garrett finds that ball on her feet and pokes it home. And it is Mustangs 1, Burlington Force 0. A good cross there from Fairman as well. Not to Not to discount that at all, as Fairman put that one perfectly over the wall. As Wilson's battling hard against Rupchich. And that's going to go for the Burlington throw. Now we're going to see Burlington not used to being down, having to battle back here. See if they can tie this game up. There's the goal scorer. That's Garrett hitting the ball forward. Rupchich under some pressure, forced to clear this one aside. And just telling our player, I need some support here to pass the ball up to. As the Mustangs will get the throw in. Another opportunity here for Wilson to take the throne. As Ontario Soccer is pleased to welcome Sport Check, Canada's largest sports retailer, as its official sporting goods retail partner. Both partners share the goal of inspiring Ontarians to live healthy, active lifestyles by making sport and activity more fun, approachable, and inclusive. With a vast assortment of apparel and equipment and the very best athletic brands in the world, Sport Check strives to help athletes and enthusiasts at all levels succeed. Find out what moves you can make at sportcheck.ca. That crazy fact as well is it goes into the initial argument of that foul. And if the card talk towards the Burlington Forest coach staff, they have not received any cards so far this entire season. So that might have been their first, if they did get one there, that would have been the first one they got. As there's a hard cross coming up from Hasich, and Kreinen's hustling to try to keep this one in play, but she's not going to be successful as it goes for a goal kick. Reminder following this match at 3:30 be the boys under 15 Ontario Cup final. It says Thornhill Bolts battling against the International FC Academy. And then the women's final finishes out our day as King City Royals going against the London Alliance FC Galaxy. Bandula. As the Mustangs argue for a foul there. Can't clear it away as Wilson's going to get the cross in. This is going to be a looping one. Castlegate won't get a hand onto that one. Enough of it for her defense to be able to clear it away. Carpino does well to get through first player. Carpino gets through second player. Good job from her. And she's looking to switch it over, but she hits it right towards Hadzic. We'll put this one right back into danger. There is Butler there, though. She'll hit this one into the midfield. It's the player who set up that free kick, Fairman. Zebel. Martin's trying to play it over towards Richie. That got red there. And joining onto the attack there is Bandula as Force trying to go quickly the other way. And that's a hard collision between both players. Nianelli's going to get called for the foul. That's a free kick incoming here for Burlington. Reminder as well, winner of this match will be representing Ontario at the Toyota National Championships in Charlottetown, PEI. That'll be from October 5th to the 10th. Very likely at the UPEI grounds where the Canada Games was held many years ago, as this is a dangerous ball put in, but Rogers does well, comes out of her goal and gets to that one before Kekic can reach to it first. Rupchich passes, finds Carpino. Kekic tried the back heel onto Bandula. Didn't work out. Bandula takes a little bit of stomach. Grabbed the knee momentarily, but she looks to be okay as Zabel continues with it for the Mustangs. There's Garrett. Garrett can't get through. Garrett, 9 goals so far this season, ranked 5th on the team in their goal scoring charts. As the more likely goal scorers probably be Wilson and Richie. It's Garrett who steps up huge for them today so far as they have this lead. Good throw from Asic. Able to find Richie. Zabel picks this one up and she's driving towards the goal. She tries a left-footed shot, but couldn't get much into that. As Casimir will be able to make the save. Second opportunity for the Mustangs as Wilson's on the chase now. Wilson trying to get through Poole. Poole falls down. Poole putting her hands up looking for a foul. Still continues here as Wilson's trying to push her way through. That ball continues to bounce around, and finally, Burlington will be able to find that ball as they'll clear it aside for it throwing. And Zabel looks like she picked up a bit of an injury there, taking that shot. Maybe well, when she got kicked there, trying to take that shot, fell awkwardly, and she's forced to come off. So Anna Zabel will come out, and Valeria James Castillo will return herself into the game. As Zabel will take a look here with the training staff. As the throw gets taken, and Rupcic once again doing her job, getting in the way. Now she's going to try and do it all herself. But it gets taken away from her, and here come the Mustangs. They don't have their center back there. Butler has filled in to support. But the Mustangs can't move it fast enough. As Carpino does well to poke that one aside. As Hackett now gives it towards Fulcher, who will try to hit it up the field. Good ball. Wilson just can't control it, though. Great ball from Garrett. Getting onto the Wilson. Wilson tried to outstretch the leg to keep it in front. Just bounces out for a goal kick as here comes Burlington making a substitution. Oliveira returns us into the game, replacing Kekic, and Bandula will return to striker, as we saw at the start of the match for Burlington, where they had a majority of the possession and attack, so it makes sense to return back to that starting lineup, but that was finding them some success. This London team coming out firing there in the second half. Very different team. They're coming out with a little bit more oomph than what we saw in that first half. Paul's going to get called for holding back Wilson. Maybe Carpenter takes, she's asking for the space. Bandula not happy with that, saying, putting the hands up, saying, all right, fine, I'll move back the one step. Comes the boot from Carpenter. Getting to it first, though, will be Solomon. And she'll hit it off towards Bandula. Bandula, a lone striker. She's looking towards her right. Sees Hackers joining it onto the attack. Here comes the counterattack from Burlington. Bandula still going with it. She's going to try and do it herself, but doesn't get enough power on that one. Comfortable save there for Rogers, but good attack opportunity there from Tetra Bandula, trying it to do it all herself up the field. That ball is going to continue to bounce off the drag kick, and Richie will be the player to pick up this ball. Trying to find Krynen, and Burlington can't find their player either, so it's going to be thrown for London at the end of the day. As it gets close towards that hour mark, London Alliance FC Mustangs have found the breakthrough as they lead 1-0 over Burlington Force. As Robin Wilson has gone down with an injury, she's asking to come off. And again, just 4 players on the bench. So Zabel already come off with an injury. So Martins is all taped up. She's back out there. And now McKee will find herself back into the game, but Mustangs have to hold on to what they have left. Also throwing down the line towards Richie. And it's going to find its way off of the arm of Richie as she try to control it. And it'll be a free kick now for Burlington. Bang boot up the field as it goes over the head of everybody as far as Carpenter. There's the ball here. I went for Martins and McKee's running onto this one. Cassidy comes out of her net, but there's McKee with the header. But Ruvchich is back there, and she's able to save her team from going down 2-0 as McKee did well to get to that ball first. Heads it past the keeper, but wasn't strong enough. And Ruvchich was able to hustle back and clear it away from the open goal. And Sarah McKee, she's been a spark plug coming off the bench for this London team. This ball still circling its way, stays in. So Hasich tries to cross this one in, cleared away. Now Bandula once again by herself up top, but Ian is able to poke it away from her. Check that Ian Alley is able to poke it away from her in the server. Krining. Can't get by Fulcher. As here comes a cross opportunity for Richie. Richie gets the head onto that one. Can't deflect it onto goal, though. Good opportunity. Again, this Mustangs team continuing to fire here in the second half. Thank you to Ontario soccer partner, Soccer Express, for their first-class support. As Canada's premier soccer apparel and equipment dealer, Soccer Express has everything needed to take your game to the next level. Visit soccerx.com to check out the latest gear from Adidas, Nike, Puma, Admiral, and more. Julia Schofield-Nair will come back into the game. She's going to replace number 9, Michaela Carpino. Schofield, the defender, though. So likely, it looks like Butler has moved up. And Poole has shifted in towards the midfield now as Schofield goes into left back. Right. Inside for Garrett. Back for Martins, and that's a high looping one over the goal. Always a tricky one, those high looping ones, because you never really know when that ball is going to drop. And when it does, it drops quick and fast. It's very tough, and especially if you're back into the net to try to keep them out. Sullivan with some good footwork, getting out of some danger there provided by McKee as he gets this pass up towards Bandula. Bandula switching it out for Hackett. Here come the force. Here's a centering pass, and Bandula, though, can't get it. So it's a good idea there. As Hackett played a good ball. Rogers, though, came out of her goal, recognizing that a cross was coming and was able to jump onto that one first. Poole under a lot of pressure right now. Finds Hackett, which came back into support. As Fulcher tries to play a seeing eye pass between a couple of players. After a couple of them, but couldn't get through the third. Rubčić. Starting to go herself as Rubčić. Finds herself a lot of space on that right side. Still driving is Rubčić to the corner now. Yanelli's forcing her back, but still going with it. Gets the cross in, but Unfortunately, can't trouble the London goal as it's going to roll its way out for a goal kick. But you got to credit the Burlington center back. She is doing whatever she can. Recognizing, okay, we got to get some offense happening. Let me see if I can go up and create it myself. There's a goal kick from London. It's going to hit off the leg of Pool last, but McKee will be able to pick this ball up. Has it up the field towards Richie as Schofield goes in the air and wins that ball in the sky as James Castillo tries to turn with the ball. She was not able to, and she'll win her team free kick. Does London, and Carpenter will come off the take. Comes the move from Carpenter. This ball's going to continue to bounce around. Richie's battling for it. And finally, Schofield will be able to find it first as she'll hit it towards the midfield. London trying to put this one back in as Hazard's just moving the ball forward. Schofield, though, gets it into Solomon, who just can't keep this one in as it rolls over that touchline for a throw. Ball continues to bounce around, and finally Derek will be able to sell it. She gets it towards Richie, who gets knocked off. As Martins does it well. Good turn from her to touch it down towards Garrett. Has it down the side towards McKee. McKee does well to keep this one in play. She's trying to shield it away from Schofield, and she spins herself away, does McKee. And Poole will shift over in time. That ball's going to roll its way off the corner flag for a throw-in. So just using this opportunity there, running as she ran by her bench, grab a quick drink from the water. And very hot day here in Vaughan. Well, teams will have a water break here momentarily. Burlington bench not happy with how long it took for that throw-in to get taken. Can't blame because they did take a water break, go over, take the throw. It was a good 30 seconds there. As there'll be a handball called against the London team. So it'll be a free kick right by that goal line. There's Oliveira. Back for Schofield. And her pass over can't go in as it goes towards the water break. As we get towards the 70th minute, folks, it is London Alliance FC Mustangs 1, Burlington 4-0 on this girls under 15 MilkUP Ontario Cup final. Well, a quick little breather here as we wait for the conclusion of this match.
You need both? Grab yourself.
You see the teams utilizing the umbrellas, trying to keep cool. And once a hot day, they get a short bench there for London, but they do got themselves a lead off that free kick, which Keegan Garrett found and poked home. We're going to be seeing a crazy, exciting final 20 minutes. Sports Engine is the official technology partner of Ontario Soccer and is the leading provider of sport relationship management software for youth and amateur sport. Check out sportsengine.com/solutions to see how they can help keep your club running in stride on and off the pitch this season. As the teams come back out, final 20 to go. And we're going to see when will Burlington make that choice, take off the defender, add an extra attacker to push to try to tie this game up. But we're seeing Melissa Kekic on the sideline ready to get subbed in. So it looks like she'll come in. We'll have to see who she comes on for. That's going to be the interesting take here. As play resumes here with the London throw-in. She finds Martins, who's going to boot this one high in the air. And there's Richie onto the chase. Good shielding, though, coming in from Rufchich allows that one to roll its way out for a goal kick. Burlington wants to take it in quickly, but they're making a sub.
Melissa Kekic.
So Kekic will go into a striker position, and Bandula is going to switch now over to left wing as they'll take off Sullivan. Good pressure, though, off the goal kick by staying in strong is Webster. Second cross opportunity cleared away by Rufchich. Still putting it in, Fairman. There's Webster once again hitting it high in the air. London, though, relentless right now, continuing to move this ball outside of that penalty area. As Garrett will hit it off of Oliveira, and the Mustangs have won themselves a corner kick. Burlington choosing to leave 3 players back. So leaving them more exposed defensively, but if they do clear it away, get themselves a counterattack opportunity. So let's see how it works out for them. It's an open header. She can't put it onto goal, and that's the risk you take. Richie with a wide open header. Mandula under the pressure from McKee is able to find that pass towards Poole as Burlington plays it back towards Webster, who plays it now towards Hackett. Butler's pass takes deflection. And good hustle there from Kreinen is able to win her team a throw-in on the far side. All the London fans have started to lean against the fence here as they see the clock to go as Rufchich slides hard through James Castillo. And it's going to be a yellow card going against Rufchich. So Rufchich picks up the yellow card, and I think that they're saying earlier they haven't got one all season. And that's the first one for her. She ran right through the midfielders. This is a perfect goal-scoring opportunity for the Mustangs. 4 players in the wall. And they add a second. I'd honestly be adding a fifth player probably to the wall in this distance just because you know it's 100% going to be a shot. Here comes a shot. It makes the catch. Martins went for goal there. Got a good power. Not enough to beat the keeper. Play continues though, as Fairman's going to hit this one all the way up the field. And Richie looked to be offside, and yes, she was. She came from an offside to an onside position there to be able to get onto the ball. McKee takes it away from Schofield. Schofield does well, win it right back, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a throw-in for the Mustangs. And Robin Wilson's coming back into this game. She's going to replace Natalie Kreinen.
Robin Wilson.
So Kreinen put in a good shift there. She's feeling the effects of it right now. And calling over the medical staff instantly as she's feeling discomfort in the chest area. So hopefully Kreinen will be okay. But Wilson is back into the game. And play continues here as Burlington gets a possession here with Kekic. Her play, though, goes too far ahead for the pit of Hackett. And now for throwing. Less than 15 to go here, folks. 1-0 for the Mustangs over the Force. Still, lots of excitement to be happening here, and let's see when will Burlington see Carpino ready to come in. Will she be taking off a defender? Burlington want to make a sub, but they also want to get the ball in quickly. And this time they will be able to make this change. So hearing it right now, the Burlington coaching staff right here, Coach Saliba telling the team playing 3 at the back now. So Poole coming off and Carpino coming in. So a midfielder. So an extra midfielder right now. So still going in with just the single striker up top. An extra midfielder to try and see if they can get forward. It's going to be a free kick. Mustangs doing well there. Gets in front of the ball quickly. Not allowing a quick kick there from Burlington. So they got to make sure they get the space. And a nice little sneaky play at Carpino, getting herself a few extra yards off that touchline, just moving the ball forward as she tried to settle it. And here comes the free kick. Goes in towards the near post. Iannelli gets to a first. And there's a hard collision. That's on the edge of the penalty area. Ripchich thought she was fouled there. So do the Burlington fans. And it's going to be a free kick for London at the end of the day. Iannelli is down with an injury. And that Burlington coaching staff is irate right now, thinking they should have got themselves a penalty. And that's a close one as well. It might have been a free kick, but I'm not too sure if that was inside the penalty area or not, regardless. So it's going to come out as they'll take a look at the injured player here. That is the center back. I know. I want to make sure that she is okay. And when she got that free kick, she took it off the head and just felt it instantly. So might have just hit that one incorrectly. As the referee at this time is having a word with his assistant as well.
London.
Yanelli is back onto her feet though. And she looks to be okay as the referee's going to have a quick word here with the fourth official. And the referee is going to be issuing a yellow card over towards Coach Saliba for his arguments on the foul there. So Coach Saliba picking up the yellow as we're ready to restart play with the free kick in favor of the Mustangs. So you're now able to continue as we get in towards these final 10 minutes.
Yellow card issued the 81st minute towards Paul Saliba.
As Burlington will win this one right off the free kick. There's Carpino to Butler. Ripchich looks like she's moved up the field. We've seen some good plays out of her, so I would be putting her more of a striker position just based on what we've seen. As Carpino does well to turn this one on. There's a dangerous ball up, but Carpenter does well to keep that ball in front. That's a back for Carpenter. As she'll hit this one high in the air. Bush. Both ladies struggle to find that one. Looking into the sun, and Richie pickpockets it away. Richie trying to drive herself towards the middle. Able to get through. Gets that pass off towards James Castile. Finds Martins. Martins fakes the shot. So tries to get through Rupchich. Nice spin from Martins. Tries the shot off the post. Tiana Martins with a beautiful spin and a left-footed strike. But it just hits off the post, and the force remain in this final, as that would have likely been the curtains if Martins was able to connect there. Here comes another substitution up here for the Mustangs. And Zabo will be coming back into the game as she'll be replacing McKee. Soon, another deserving team will engrave their name into Ontario Cup history and receive their medals and hoist the beautiful Ontario Cup trophy created by Nothers, the award store. For more than 50 years, Nothers, the award store, has been a leading supplier of awards and recognition products across Ontario, offering complete assistance from program and concept planning all the way to product delivery. See how they can help your organization at nothers.com. Comes the cross in as Schofield will be able to get the first touch there. Still picked up here by the Mustangs. Zabo tried to fire it. That one doesn't get much onto it, but they're not able to clear it away. Is Burlington. And on the second opportunity, Rupchich will be able to clear it as far as Ianello. This ball is going to bounce, and Caston Gay will fall back, but she didn't fall all the way back. She was able to pick up that ball. Caston Gay putting this out quickly towards Carpino. Carpino, though, couldn't control it, and here comes Gary. Gary inside for Richie. Touches it back by Rupchich once again, hustling back. She's doing everything she can as Rupchich. Retake of the throw in here, as it wasn't in the correct spot. And this time we'll go down the line for Richie as it gets poked away from her by Webster for another throw in for the Mustangs player. Reminder, coming up next will be the boys under 15 MilkUP Ontario Cup final as the Thornhill Bolts and International FC Academy. Two teams from the same division going toe to toe. Zabo Comes Zabo. But it can't get any further than the defense of Schofield, who slides good hustle. She keeps that one in play. And here comes Burlington now the other way. Oliveira gets the pass in behind Bandula. And here comes some substitutions.
Coming in from London Alliance FC, number 20. Natalie Brunton.
So Natalie Kreinen re-enters the game. Looks like she's feeling okay. And she'll be replacing Tiana Martins, who just hit the post just a few moments ago. Oliveira. Kekic. Her pass didn't get much, but they can't clear it away as Oliveira picks this ball up. Oliveira inside the middle. There is Ianelli. She'll be able to clear it up to the field. Zavo now has it for the Mustangs. This game has completely opened up. It's just attack either way. And here comes Zavo onto a run, hustling to get over to cut her off his butler. Zavo touches it. There's a shot. Save and Cascade rebound. Off the bar. No, it did not cross the goal line. Great save from Castendale, the first opportunity. And Wilson has it ball right to her, and she goes bar, down, and out. That ball did not cross the goal line, says the assistant referee. And now here comes Burlington the other way. It's Oliveira. Kekic. Still going with it is Kekic. Kekic trying to shot. Rogers, save, rebound, blocked. Almost a goal one way. And now we have another chance as Ripchich tries a shot. That takes a deflection. And Rogers will be able to make the catch. As Kryden is holding her head right now. The coaching staff is yelling at her to stay down, saying she's just coming off a concussion. So hopefully she's okay if she takes that shot off of the player Rupchich. But one amazing opportunity. Good original save. As Zabo did well, cut inside, pass it off to James Castillo. Good shot, Cascade made the initial save. Rebound, Wilson. Bar down, somehow out, cleared away. Other goes the other chance. Kekic does well, fires a shot. Bandula a little bit late to follow up onto the rebound. Got to it, but it allowed enough time for the defense to block it and cleared aside, and play will be resumed here.
Number 11. Tiana Martins.
So Martins will return back into the game, and she'll replace Krynen. As we'll get ready to resume play with the drop ball. It's Mustangs 1, Burlington Force 0. As Rogers resumes play with the drop kick. Richie to Zabo. Zabo back for Richie. Richie to Martins. Martins into the goal! And that will do it! The Mustangs get their second goal. As it was a great passing sequence. Zabo finds it over towards Richie. Richie being unselfish in front. Passes it over to Robin Wilson. And Wilson puts it into the back corner. And I'll give the Mustangs a 2-0 lead. As Burlington will use this opportunity here to empty the bench. It's 5 players coming on here on the field. It's likely that they did everything they could. The second goal was scored. And that will likely do it here for the Burlington Force as they try to figure out their substitutions here. But just a few moments away here for the Mustangs, who have given it all out here on the field.
Caleb Miller, number 14, Deanna Remington, number 15, Sophia Alfonso, number 16, Cynthia Sabo, and number 28, Sophia Mastini.
And get all these substitutions going in as Burlington empties the bench as Fulcher will come off. She picked up a little bit of an injury there. As we get towards the final moments here, I believe I heard it was going to be 5 minutes of added time left to go here. As Carpenter hits this one high in the air. Richie just set up that goal, trying to play back to her defender. Can't do it as we had that efficient 5 minutes of additional time here for the Force. Can they score 2 with fresh legs on the field? They emptied the bench out. Can these new players get them a spark, get them 1 here in this MilkUP Ontario Cup final? Rippington trying to play down the line, gets blocked. Looks like Richie's dropped back into midfield. Help out her players as they're giving whatever they got left here on the field as James Castillo comes forward, finds Zabo. Richie now joining onto the attack, asks for the pass, and she'll get it, and good job, just keeps it in play. And the coach is telling her, don't go towards the goal, bring it towards the corner. And they weren't on the same page there, and you could just see the fatigue from the players on the Mustangs. But they know they're just a few minutes away from glory.
Number 27, Sarah McGee.
So McKee will come back in and replace Richie, who's done her final job in this match. As there'll be another opportunity on the throw in here for Burlington, who's fought hard all season long to get here to this final. Again, a huge journey, long journey for both these two teams to make it all the way here in September. And they have both fought very strong and made themselves very proud of it. Great game here at the Ontario Soccer Center. Mustangs coach telling the players to slow down in Croatian right now towards the players. As they're going to try to ounce whatever time left on the clock there is, as Burlington will try to go again here with Mastriani. She tries to send her passes, leaves now for Repington. Ripchich plays it forward as far as Carpenter will boot it up the field. And that's just going to be what the Mustangs do. HS can't boot it up to the field. Schofield. Her pass though goes right towards the Mustangs player. There's the second goal scorer, Wilson. Wilson battling hard with Ripchich. Wilson will come out with it. She gets the pass off towards Zabel, but finally it's poked away by Schofield. But her clearance goes into the corner, and McKee is just going to hold this ball into the corner, let it run all the way out. Good smart play there from McKee, and it'll be a throw-in for the Mustangs. As they're just in the final minutes now, is this London Alliance FC squad. Coach of the London Mustangs, Abe Hassich, getting a warning there from the referee to stay in their technical area, as he knows how important these final few minutes are, as Hassich gets the pass. In for McKee. Rupchich trying to turn with the ball. McKee's not letting her, though. That's a good foot in there from McKee. And it's going to be a throw-in. for London. As London's going to use this another opportunity here, make one more substitution here. Again, try to kill the clock with whatever means necessary. But here comes Apple. She's trying to drive herself. And so it'll finally bounce off of her, and Burlington will get possession of the ball now.
Coming in for the one through by Bailey Garcia.
Garcia will come in for the final few moments. Take off James Castillo to get it for this goal kick for Burlington. The London players heard the whistle. They thought that was the final whistle. They all came off the bench momentarily. But here comes back for Garcia, who tries a shot. And that one's going to loop its way in for Cascades. There now goes the full-time whistle. And your girls under 15 MilkUP Ontario Cup champions are the London Alliance FC Mustangs with a 2-0 victory over the Burlington Force. I'd like to thank everybody who's tuned in for this match. And congratulations go out to both of these teams for a hard-fought game and some great showcase for both these two teams. Basically demonstrate why they made it all this way here. Thank you again to our proud partners for today's event. Special recognition goes to our premier partners from the Dairy Farmers of Ontario, representing the MilkUP Ontario Cup. Dairy Farmers of Ontario proudly support youth soccer while driving awareness of the benefits of milk and a healthy and active lifestyle to help young athletes realize their untapped potential. We also extend our gratitude to our broadcast partners, Hub International Insurance Brokers, our premier partners, Toronto FC and CPL, our community partner, Sport Check, as well as Respecting Sport, Soccer X, Sports Engine, and others, the award store. The two teams are celebrating here as we get to these final few moments. And again, congratulations, but don't go anywhere. The boys under 15 MilkUP Ontario Cup final, that is coming up next year, folks. Thornhill and International FC Academy. But this has been Martin Ohms here, and we'll see you guys next time. Actually, not this. If we take no. And you place your increase chapter from at least two all velocity on time. So you have to play a bunch of those there anyway. Well, yeah, I think they don't only be
Here's a Ontario final. The existing only board presentation. Our special guest is the member of the Competitions Management Committee. Fans, before we get to the teams, please put your hands together and recognize our match officials who were appointed to the Ontario Cup finals. Our referee, Morgan, right, and left. Assistant referee, Ronnie Live. Assistant referee, Nicholas Althasser. This afternoon's fourth official, Mr. Danielle Gina. This is Ontario Cup. This is Burlington full force. That's the beginning. Your flag. Number 6 is Samantha Fulcher. Number 7, Deanna. Number 8, Lena Lucic. Number 9, Gabriela Carpino. Number 10, Miller. Number 11, Lyle Sullivan. Number 13, Madison Webster. Number 14, Deanna Reppington. Number 15, Sophia Del Porto. Number 16, Sydney Samet. Number 17, Petra Badula. Number 18, Julia Scorpio Winner. Number 19, Melissa Kekic. Number 20, Naomi Hackett. Number 28, Sophia Mastriani. Number 81, Madison Butler. Janine Johnson. Fourth coach, Paul Savina. Assistant coach,
I get it.
So if I'm not gonna see anything, it's fine.
assistant,
So the assistant.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the Burlington force. And 2022. One was waiting. Or two, that's not all. Number 5. What's the other? Number 7, Sydney Fairman. Number 8, Julio Ricci. Number 9, Tegan Garrett. Number 10, Nadine Hostage. Number 11, Sienna Martinez. Number 12, wait. Number 18, Roman Wilson. Number 19 is Peter Tom. For 26, Danielle Oliver. Number 27 is Sarah Mackey. Number 99, Valeria Steele. London Closey, Abe Hutchins. Assistant, Eric. Manager, Steve Martin.
Okay, that's fine. I'll work with it.
And assistant, Gary, or
We're good.
now down with
He told me this is. See,
Clouds on the face of the rain.
That's it.
Lord, for peace and the
I know that one from previously. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, the team, when I was there, we did the field, efficient team. And 3 times to the photographer and take photo. And do be available on the soccer website. 3 times to the basement. Not minute, couldn't pitch. Vacation.